Aquarius, I'm going to start the reading by asking, how are people around Aquarius thinking and feeling about you? What are the thoughts and feelings of the people around Aquarius toward you? What are their thoughts and feelings? In 3, please. What are the thoughts and feelings of people around you toward you? One more. Here we go. Okay. So we've got 2 twos. We've got Jupiter in Capricorn and Moon in Libra. They're definitely thinking about you a lot. They're trying to figure something out here. They may be trying to figure out why you're guarded or why you've cut them off, or they could be trying to figure out how to get you to take your guards down, or they could be trying to disturb your peace, because this person just wants peace. They don't want any, trials or tribulation. Sometimes this person has put their foot down. So as feelings, somebody, I feel is, people could be getting very overwhelmed with feelings. Somebody could be overwhelmed, or people could be overwhelmed because they can't see you, or they could be trying to figure out where you are or how to see you. Yeah, so with the 8s, you always get the idea of repetition here. People are thinking about you a lot. They could be, this is somebody who's really, something's going back and forth in their mind, and they could be waiting, or somebody's having repetitious thoughts here about you. What are they trying to figure out? They could be trying to figure out what you're doing, or what you're... Wow. Well, people are very impressed with you. And they could be trying to figure out how you manifest things. These are 2 major arcana here. People are... It could be trying to figure out how you do what you do. So the Magician is a great communicator, but the Magician is also a fantastic manifester, and the Empress is too. The Empress is, a source of ideas, of abundance, of, she generates ideas, generates abundance, generates things, inspires people. So it looks like people are really impressed with you, Aquarius, okay? They may be very interested in what you're doing and how you manifest things. All right, so show me a little bit more about how, I don't know why I wanted to, maybe people may be feeling like you'll reject them. There could be somebody around you who feels that they're afraid that you might find them very ordinary, or that you're ignoring them, or that you would ignore them or wouldn't be interested. Somebody who really wants to impress you. There's somebody who's trying to figure out, I feel like people are trying to figure out what you want, what it is that inspires you. Because it's like this person is thinking, do they want commitment? Does Aquarius want money? What is it? What are they trying to figure out? Because what the 2 of Pentacles is somebody trying to figure something out. Just a minute now. That's good. We've got to get this. Ah. Wow. All right. Holy moly. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Wow. So I do think that this could be a love reading, because I'll tell you what I see going on here and what I feel is going on. This card is somebody who is or has in the past tried to bait you, tried to get your attention, but nothing actually worked. Okay? This is you, all right, looking toward the future. This is them trying to get your attention, but you're completely not interested in whatever strategy or tricks they tried here. That didn't work. If it was, so what they've learned is that money doesn't work. Tricks, that doesn't work either. There's, you're coming up as the fool here, so that this is something that they're not used to, okay? You're out of their league when it comes to, trickery. You're immune to this. You're not even noticing it. In fact, what's happening here is you're uninterested in, you're pushing off here from the shore of the Five of Swords. So if they tried to do anything low vibrational, that was a big mistake here. What's underneath the Three of Wands? Well, they're hoping that it's them. They want you in the future, but that's not exactly. That didn't work out for them here. Why did Aquarius move on here? Why? What did they do? Well, maybe they were materialistic or focusing on physical stuff here. Maybe they were married and were coming toward you with promises that couldn't be fulfilled. Trying to, keep you in chains over I don't know what this is here, but I feel like this could have been I feel like this should be read in the reverse, some kind of a love game. Why is this person coming up as the King of Pentacles? Unless they're a Virgo, this person could be married. Why is this person, because there's some lie here. What was this married? Somebody was married here. Okay, so, but look at that. They were in love with you and are in love with you. What didn't you see? They kept something out of your, okay, so somebody wasted a lot of your time. Somebody tried to keep up. Somebody tried to keep up a lie here. What did this person try to keep up? Some kind of tried to keep you stuck here. Yeah, it's underneath this. Yeah. So this may not resonate with, this could be for just a few of you. I feel like this reading is for those of you who were dealing with someone who had some kind of a commitment that they hid very well, really well, to the point where no one would believe it. Yeah. This person is very stubborn. All right, so how is this person feeling about Aquarius right now? They're feeling that you're the Empress. How are they feeling about Aquarius right now? That something was very one-sided. What are they feeling? They lied through their teeth here. They're feeling about Aquarius right now. Okay, so they're quite triggered. Notice how this person is coming up as a cheating king there. They're upset they're upset because they feel exposed. So maybe you figured something out. Yeah, and you could have been very angry, or they could be very angry that they got exposed. How are they feeling right now? No, they're furious because they're furious. Why? Because you just asked for truth and clarity, or you raised, the idea of, of truth and clarity. Good Lord. Yeah, well, because you may have suggested that they were lying, and they were. Well, yeah, and again, you know, this person was, yeah, this person was being, they're in love with you, but they were being very unstable here. Why are they coming out as a Knight of Wands? Because they were cheating, quite frankly. This person is being disingenuous, and, you know, this is a cheater. Somebody is, you know, playing two sides. They're, you know, there's too many people involved, and they may have kept you in a state of confusion. This person's very stubborn. Look at that. Okay, so now I just want to clarify the Seven of Cups here. What was this? They were trying their darndest to keep you in a state of confusion there with the Seven of Cups. Why are we seeing the Seven of Cups there? Because of the Seven of Cups. Two Sevens of Cups here. Now, they could be. I mean, somebody's furious here. Why is somebody furious? Maybe because you figured something out here. What got exposed here? The Lover's Choice. Exposed here is some kind of a choice. Yeah, there's Five of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. This is this thing that's been this thing that they've been keeping up. Yeah, and there's the Four of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. The Four of Wands can be a marriage. What is the Four of Wands here? Something that they were maintaining, managing. The Temperance card here. Yeah, the Eight of Swords and the Temperance card. The Eight of Swords is where they thought they had you. In other words, stuck and unable to see what was going on and confused. But I feel like it's where they are right now. What happened in the Three of Coins? Just a moment now. What happened in the Three of Coins? It may have something to do with a, maybe you found out that it could have something to do with a law here. What's going on in the Three of Coins? Well, some difficulty came to an end. Why? Because the truth was discovered. So, I mean, what this could be is, that could be a legal document. This can be something on the internet, publicly accessible information. Maybe you found a marriage certificate or something, but somebody here brought a state of confusion to an end here. Can I see what was on that piece of paper? Some kind of a message. What was on that piece of paper? It had to do with this Eight of Swords. I had to do with whatever the Emperor was doing. What was on that piece of paper? Something selfish that an emperor was doing. There's a lawman here looking at somebody who's selfish. There's a message and a lawman here. And there's an ending here, a giant ending here. An ending of somebody isn't able to keep something up. This is somebody who's trying to deny something. Somebody cannot maintain something anymore. Yeah, there's somebody delaying, maintaining, managing two sides, playing two sides, and somebody managing. Yeah, something was exposed in a huge way. Well, deception was exposed. All right, so what's underneath the star? Brand new beginning, the truth. Yeah. Look, notice how you're associated with these beautiful aces. Okay, so, all right. Now, how is this person currently feeling? I saw 1444 about Aquarius. They love you. Oh, they feel their life is over with. Yeah, they feel like they've lost. So you probably walked away from this person. So they feel like they've lost the love of their life. How is this person thinking and feeling about Aquarius right now? That they lied? They lied about how they felt? They're feeling extremely emotional here, but they're certainly not saying it here. Oh my God, here we go with this 2 of coins again. They're trying to figure out how to win. They're trying to figure out how are they thinking and feeling here. Okay, so like a CAD, but look out because, well, they know, they feel like you won. That's how, see, love is a game to this person. Yeah, the Knights here. They're very triggered here. Why are they feeling very triggered? Because of the results of their actions. Oh. They're upset. You know why? Because you now are on the market. You're single. This is exactly where they didn't want you to be. This is why they were giving the illusion that you guys were in a relationship, because they don't want you to be on the market. This is most of the reason why they hid this truth, because it was too frightening. You know, the idea of you being single is frightening to them. And now this is the situation. Ha, ha, ha. All right, so let's keep going. Show me more about how this person is feeling about Aquarius. How is this person thinking and feeling? Okay, there's 3 coming out. They're very triggered, very jealous, and on top of that, they love you. So this person is very scared, believe it or not. There's a whole mixture of feelings here. They do love you, okay? I just saw 1717 star. You know, at the same time, this person, they think of you as their property, you see? They're very upset here. I feel like this person, although they have no right to be, the thought of you being with someone else is very upsetting to them, that very jealous and possessive, even though you've given them no reason to be. Yeah, and here you are, simply pointing out, you know, that you could be giving them an ultimatum here, but I think what you're pointing out here is that, you know, there was information that they kept out of your line of vision, you know, because this person is normally just requesting truth and clarity. This person, something was kept out of their line of vision, you know, so they had to rely on their inner vision. Yeah, and what did I just say? This person, which I think is you were searching for the truth. You were looking for the truth, you know, and you know, I feel like you're intuitively, you knew the truth. Yeah, but this person, you may have been trying to figure out, why is this person, you know, acting like they're rejecting me? Why? You knew that they loved you. Well, and the reason why was, you know, because they were covering up. Well, actually, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. What is it that they were hiding? Okay, so this person is coming out as the Emperor, which is interesting. All right, so they're definitely being deceptive somehow. What was this deception here? Their feelings. They were hiding their feelings. What's this? Yeah, no. Again, so this is something about a marriage here. So either this person was hiding the fact that they were still married to somebody else. There's some kind of an obligation. If this person wasn't hiding the fact that they were married, they love you, okay? They did want to be with you and do want to be with you, but there was something that they were already obligated to, and they didn't want to let you know. Over here, there's, them trying to get you interested, and you're waiting. What is it? They kept you stuck. They kept you stuck. What is it that, because there was something that they refused to complete or end. What is it that they were refusing to end? Something that they were attached to, some ball and chain. Maybe they just didn't get a divorce certificate or something. They kept you in some kind of a state of confusion. What was the state of confusion over the ball and chain? What was the ball and chain? Something that they were still working, something that they were maintaining, something that was being maintained. What was being maintained? You, for one thing, you were being delayed. Why was Aquarius kept in a state of confusion? Because they were selfish. What were they being selfish about? Clarify. Something that they... Why didn't they go for their 10 of Cups? What was being maintained? There was something that had to be maintained. Right? What were they wary and scared of? Some kind of betrayal? What is this 3 of Swords? Why would they feel guilty? Clarify this 5 of Swords. Right. Boy, is this ever well hidden. Is this ever well hidden? Even I can't get into it. What's the Devil, please? Is some kind of unhealthy attachment. Why were they making promises that couldn't be fulfilled? Okay. All right. What were they? There's information they were concealing from you. Something legal. Some legal commitment. What is this? What is the legal? It was a marriage. For some of these people, I don't think that they're living with a married partner. I actually think that they felt guilty, or that they were delaying bringing something to an ending, but it was more out of shame or procrastination or something. But I'm not making excuses for this person, because it was wrong of them to do this. Yeah, and they may have told you that something was over with, okay, because we've got Death and the 10 of Swords there. And why is this person in the 9 of Swords? Because of something that's still being maintained. You see that? They're still stuck in the 8 of Swords, which is sometimes the card of somebody who's stuck. Why were they stuck? Why were they stuck? Maybe they didn't want to leave somebody out in the cold. What's the 5 of Coins? Something having to do with divorce. Maybe it was something fine. There's a karmic there. See that? Now, by the way, I'm an Aries, so I'm allowed to call the Queen of Wands a karmic. Okay. Yeah, there's something that was completely out of your line of vision, and it had something to do with some karmic from the past. So yeah, and it's a previous marriage here. I'm gonna see if I can figure out. Yeah, no, it's a marriage. Some previous marriage. There's the 10 of Swords. Why wouldn't they end this? Because maybe there would have been a great big fight. It has something to do with something legal. What were they worried about? There's something this could be a situation where a previous spouse agreed to keep something a secret, that maybe it has to do with taxes or something financial, or something about their business. But somebody has this person. Let's just see if we can figure out that the person that's in the Devil card, the ball and chain, literally. How does that person feel about your person? How does that person? She's the Queen of Wands. Okay, now again, she knows about you, by the way, or he. You could reverse the. Okay, how does that person feel? Now, there's some. Do you see that legal document there? There's some. How does that person feel about your person? There's your person, and there's some kind of agreement or legal document. There's this. Could be over a piece of property. Yeah, there's something. Okay, now there's an impact or an effect. How does that? They may want to get back at your person. There's something on that legal document, and there's some kind of that's keeping them there. How does that person feel about your person? That they've got them trapped. That they've got your person trapped. They're manipulating. Why are they doing this? Because they want to hold them back. Why are they doing this to your person? There's something that has to be concealed here. They know a truth. Why are they doing this to your person? They know a truth about something that was very something that was not. There's something about money here. Maybe they would lose money as well. No, they're angry. Hang on, they're angry. How do they feel about your person? They're angry because they feel rejected. Yeah, they didn't want things to end. There she is. There's the karmic. Remember, I'm an Aries, so I'm like, yeah, and there's a divorce. They feel rejected. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're getting back. Yeah, they're trying to make things difficult for your person. They don't want them to move on. Yeah, they do not want things to end. So, yeah, they're keeping them stuck on purpose. Keeping them stuck on purpose. And they're delaying a divorce here. Because they're trying to make things difficult here. They're working on making things difficult. Yeah, they don't want things to end here. There's your person who can't get out of this, and there's the ending that your person wants. And they've actually told this karmic. Yeah, there's this person is also very selfish here. They know a truth here. They can see that your person is stuck. By the way, that's you. So they know they're also threatening to expose the situation that they're in. They're controlling. They're stopping. They're making it difficult for your person to move on. So anyway, guys, this is only going to resonate for a few of you. There's a huge High Priestess secret here. So this, whatever this is, this would be a situation this is only your reading, you would already be highly suspicious of this, okay? So you would probably know about a previous marriage, and this person would already have told you that they're divorced, but they're not, and they don't love this other person. This is some kind of a payback, because the karmic is feeling insecure. And the karmic doesn't want your person to move on. Yeah, turn your fear of change into excitement for change. They're afraid of change, and they don't want your person. They literally do not want to be separate from your person. All things work best in conjunction with all things. They're not balanced. They're completely out of balance. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. They may actually not feel secure unless they have this person. What is the guidance for Aquarius in this situation? This is the guidance. So this person is very grateful. No, this person is majorly in love with you. Okay? Guidance is to surround yourself with nature for some reason. I forgot to have a look at what this person's intentions are. what does this person intend on doing? Not the karmic, but the person. Okay, well, so there's, again, so they're, I believe they're going to expose things because they're feeling very bad. They're feeling very bad about, I believe they're going to divorce that ball and chain. Just a moment now. It looks like they're very inspired to end something. Okay, so there's something very unexpected. They're going to say something extremely unexpected, all right? You already know this, so they're going to tell you what's been concealed. You already know this. They're going to, and it has something to do with that legal document. So that's good. So they're planning on exposing this to you. And it's what's keeping them, it's this thing that's keeping them trapped, all right? Has something to do with that ball and chain, and there's the marriage. There's something having to do with money and finances and whatever happened when they tried to break up with this person. All right, so, and that's what's keeping them stuck. And what does this person, so they want a future with you. What are they planning on doing? There's some kind of major choice that they're making here. They're going to do the right thing. They're going to do the right thing. They're going to cut ties. There's some kind of a contract that they're going to break. But in actual fact, it's the right thing to do here. They're going to make the correct choice. I do think, yeah, and it's to get out of this trap that they're in. And it's this thing that you don't know about. But I do think they do love you, by the way. The first thing they're going to do is tell you the truth about this. So I do think that this is something that you already know. Yeah, the truth will set you free. You may already have taken off from this person. Yeah, I think that you already are aware of something here. You definitely already asked. There's truth and exposure here. They're going to tell you the truth here, and it's going to change everything. It may make you walk away, but the right thing for them to do, no matter what reaction you have, is for them to give you the truth. They're going to have to do this, or they're going to suffer some terrible karma. Anyway, Aquarius, let me know what you think. Let me know if it resonates. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.